Alright guys, here we go, video number 2, and this is going to be the seasoning of this grill. As you can see, I've got it pulled back on my back patio here, and already got the wood chunks here and the wood chips, a little lighter fluid. You see we've already dropped the coals in the smoker box, about to get this thing going. Guys, for the seasoning, what I'm looking for here is I want to see how well, with the modifications, how well this thing maintains the temperature over a period of time. Also, seasoning is done to get rid of the chemicals that are put in place from the factory that, to help preserve the grill while it's waiting to be sold. So we're going to burn those chemicals off, and at the same time, we're going to see how well this thing holds the heat. And I'm very much interested in that with the extra time we took for the modifications. So I'm about to fire it up here in a few minutes, and I'll be checking back with you guys here to once we get it up to temp, see how long it takes to get it up to temp and how well it maintains the temperature. So be checking back with you guys here soon. Alright guys, as you can see, I used about a little less than a quarter of a bag of coals, and those looks like they're kind of starting to turn white fairly quickly. Already impressed with this Nomex tape from the heat that was coming up on it. It looks like it's staying in place. I guess we'll see as the seasoning continues. And I've also got the racks out, about to stick those back in to make sure we get everything seasoned. So all in about 15-20 minutes, it looks like it may be good to go. And one thing I did love about this smoker box, even before it was welded, it is pretty heavy, and it took a little effort to get it out of my garage to get it to the back cooking area here where I do my barbecuing at. It's pretty heavy. So even with the wheels on it, you can see it's got huge wheels on it. Alright guys, probably a good hour and a half or so into seasoning this grill, and I can tell you I am quite impressed. As you can see here, lots of smoke coming out the stack. I got it just about, I guess, 3/4 of the way open. But the important thing is, right where that seal is, no smoke coming out of it. Do have just a little smoke coming right out of this area right here, but for the most part the trusty clamps have worked the way that they're supposed to. Got a little bit more smoke coming out the edges of the smoker box, you can see there, but the important thing is where the welding is done. Zero heat loss. There's no smoke coming from that whatsoever, nor is there any coming from around the edges of the box. So certainly was able to accomplish, for the most part, what I was able to do. Just open that damper up a little bit. You can see we're running a little under 300 degrees. And certainly the wider you open that dampener, and it's very easy to open. I got it probably about a quarter open now, but the wider you open that, the more your temp goes up. So I like to get somewhere around, 225, no more than 250 when I'm smoking, and depending on what meat it is, of course, somewhere in that range. But this thing has been holding steady for at least a good hour and a half or so since I started the process. Maybe a little bit longer than that. So it looks like the modifications worked for the most part. Still a little bit I got to do. Still losing just a little bit, and you'll never stop at all. But losing just a little bit more on the. Have to put some more of that tape down on the box side here, where you actually put your coals and your wood. But very happy with the welding. I can tell you guys, 100% recommend getting your getting your box welded. I mean, it has been well worth the price here. You can see here on the back side where all the welds are, no smoke whatsoever coming out of those spots, none. So happy with that. All right, we'll continue seasoning and come back out here in a little while, check the temp, see how things are going. All right, guys, we're about 2.5, just about hours or so into seasoning, and you can see when it calms down, the tape actually holds fairly well. You know, you definitely got to get past the initial point of, you know, starting this thing up, and you know, there's going to be a lot of smoke when it starts. So, you know, but since we got past that, you know, very little leakage. Very happy about that. It was more from the smoker box than anywhere, and as you can see now, you know, there's very little, almost none now, since it's had a chance to kind of calm down some from the all the wood that I put into it, and still absolutely no leaks whatsoever from the smoker box where it was welded. Clamps are still holding down fairly well. No smoke on this side at all. Just a hair coming out, just a hair coming out right here on this side. But again, it's not, you know, you're never going to stop it all. So great, getting that nice clear blue smoke, which is good, showing me that the you know, it's really starting to get those chemicals and the burn and all the other stuff off. And you know, another shot on the back side here where you can see no smoke coming from the smoker box itself. Very pleased with this, guys. Oh, and the temperature. So the last one we showed, it was a little under 300, right at it, and it's still just about there. So holding the temp very well, and that's exactly what you want when you are smoking. You want to try to keep that temperature under control. So very happy with this so far. Can't wait to get some meat on it, and I may do one more update before, just to kind of let you guys see towards the end of this thing with the seasoning and let you see what it looks like. All right, guys, we're about 4 or so hours into seasoning, and as you can see, the smoke is just about died down. Probably need to throw another chunk on there. Not using logs, I've been using chunks. No smoke leaks, which is great. Temp, it's another big thing. It's about 255, 260. We were a little under 300 when we started this thing, so holding the temperature fairly decently in this amount of time. You can see where the damper is here. This, excuse me, from leaving the smokestack. It's about where our damper is. It's for open it all the way up here, so you can see what happens here. See if the temp will come up just a little bit. Right now, the important thing for me in seasoning, guys, is just to make sure to experiment with this thing, so when I get ready to actually put meat on it, it'll, you know, to see how it holds and what I'll need to do. Again, very pleased with the welding. Yeah, guys, this I highly recommend that you do this if you plan on ordering this grill. Certainly save you some money from the other smokers that you're buying, $600, $700, $800. You know, just to have it done already. You know, you probably get it done for a very reasonable price. And you know, I'm telling you, it looks like this thing is holding up. So this might be my last video here, and just gonna let the fire burn out. And I know that I feel pretty confident when it's time to put some meat on this thing that I have everything that I need. Just going around again, showing you the welds, you know, holding up really, really well, really well. Very pleased. I'm telling you guys, I would definitely do the welding on this grill, no question about that. no question. All right, you can see here, just even opening that damper up, temp came up just a little bit more. So that certainly helps. Haven't added any more charcoal. I did do one small chunk of hickory is what I put in there. But it looks like it is holding well. Getting ready to probably just let it burn out. I think I've seasoned it long enough here. And probably just let the fire burn out. And go ahead and open this up all the way as well. We'll let the fire burn out. And but it's done well so far, guys. Thank y'all for looking. And we're looking forward to the first time we put some meat on this thing. We'll put a video up for that as well. All right, guys. Last one, we were open the smokestack all the way, as well as open the damper all the way, just to let the last little bit get out. Handles are still closed. And this is probably 5.5 to 6 hours in, and all I've added was one chunk of hickory to the original burn. And you can see this thermostat is still holding at around 250 degrees, a little bit below 250. Needless to say, this thing will hold the heat, no question about it. Very, very happy with this purchase. And, you know, all the wood's burned out, so no smoke coming from anywhere. Just holding heat right now, which is really, really good. Also accomplished what I needed to as far as figuring out exactly what I need to do as far as maintaining the fire, which is very little. I've got a few things coming that are going to help me, you know, kind of monitor the temperature. But so far, so good as far as, you know, seasoning goes. Hopefully in the next day or two, we'll be able to put some meat out here and be able to record how that goes. But initially here, very satisfied. And look on the inside. Let's open these up. Let's see. A little ash came up. But grates are seasoned perfectly. You can see our tape held up fairly well too. Same way on this side on the smoker box. Tell you, I'm really impressed with that Nomex tape. That stuff withstood the firebox, which I was kind of surprised. I really wasn't sure how that was going to do. But I'm just going to leave it down and let it continue to build the heat in. We can. See if it'll come back up. And looks good, guys. Highly, highly recommend this grill. I think if you get one, you'll be very, very happy and pleased with it. Can't wait to get some meat out on it. And that's when the next time we'll see you guys.